Hey there, my family. Yes, this is your brother Dana, and I'm right here in the city of Atlanta. I know my last couple videos have been centering around a conversation I had with a white pastor this past weekend on the Beltline when I was out there advertising in my books, But Hebrew and Welcome to Racism. And so they stopped by and, stowed up a conversation. And then from that conversation, I have shared with you a couple of the things that made the hair on the back of my head stand up. And one of them was that racism really is just a matter of ignorance in the mind of ignorant people and not a reality for you, my black brothers and sisters, because if I would come to his church, I would see all people of all colors rejoicing and worshiping together. Yes, but what he doesn't realize, under the preface of a white cultured gathering, because white supremacy. I mean, come on, Pastor. I've been in this for 30 years and I've gone to several churches where the white pastors would say, "Oh, Brother Dana, you're going to love our church. We are culturally diverse." And yeah, I walk in there and it's a traditional white church based on if it's Baptist or evangelical, but it isn't even close to any of the black churches I attended, the Kojic Church, the First Church of God. And that's the level of ignorance that he don't even realize that, yeah, you got all these people of color, especially these black brothers and sisters, but they had to completely assimilate to your white culture in worship. Oh, yeah, you throw them on the worship team, to say we got color, and you might even have a couple, gospel songs, to be culturally sensitive. And so, family, I am not trying to mock anything, but I'm trying to call out just how blind my people are. And so, and the other video was about a kiss that he did. But this video is actually about the part that's in both of those videos, and especially the second one, when I say this, that any of my white family members that have truly grasped white supremacy, their white privilege, and systematic racism, any of my white family members that have truly grasped that at one point will know that they fell to the floor, or at minimal, they wept and they wept. Because see, even when Nehemiah realized about the disarray of the city of Jerusalem and of the disarray and the shame that was amongst his ancestors, it said that he fell to the ground and he tore his clothing and he wept for them. And see, when you, my white family members, grasp how much destruction we have brought upon our black brothers and sisters from the moment we nabbed and grabbed them from Africa until we assimilated them into our education system, into our economic system, into our correctional system, and into our religious system of white evangelical Christianity. When we realize as white family members the depth of destruction we have placed upon our black brothers and sisters, it will cause you to fall and weep and do just as Nehemiah did, because we have left our black brothers and sisters in a state of disarray because of our evilness, our racism, our white supremacy. And I didn't hear that in this man's voice whatsoever, and I sure in the hell did not feel it in his spirit. But when I got home after these last couple of days, I always want to make sure that I am not doing unto him as he is doing unto me and making a judgment about this man's heart. But then God, the Most High Yah, several of you, my family members, have emailed me a video on YouTube about this white guy, and I've seen him speak out several times, but This time he called out this white guy that I think he said he's in the millennium, 80s and 90s growing up, and that how racism, I'll attach the link and stuff, you can find them, but how racism in all of the years of this nation, at least at this point, is at its best. And that, most of his generation have never seen a KK Klansman, and this and that. And that is why it's still puzzling to him that why black people are just not happy and content and over this racist idea that white supremacy and privilege still exists. And this white guy broke it down. But I'm going to leave you the clip that I want you to see based on this here video. And that is, in this clip, and it was kind of towards the end of his speaking, he gives an explanation to why he is in love with you, our black brothers and sisters. That in 1989, at the age of 21, me at the age of 21 in 1994, we both met our first black people. I was in Chicago at Moody Bible Institute. I met one. And then, I met, 5 of them 2 months later that transformed my whole life. But what he said is he saw in the life of his roommate racism try to destroy him. And at one point, I felt his spirit, and I felt the pain. And you will see it in his face and in his eyes and in his spirit, that this white brother is exactly what I'm talking about. That when we as white family members are truly accepting of what our forefathers have done, I don't give a flip or a flop or a flint about when this atrocity started. What I care about, white family, is that we have never stepped in to stop it. And so now the buck stops here. And this brother was broken because he took responsibility of what he's seen our white family members do. And you see it in his face, and you will feel it in his spirit. I bring this video to a close because just there is where the Father, the Most High Yah, the true living God, the God of my black brothers and sisters who are the true Hebrews of the Bible, he showed me that I wasn't making a judgment call on this man, but you know the Spirit by the Spirit. And here this gentleman, does he go to the church? Let's just say no, because he was saying several F-bombs and growing up, no way would you say that as a Christian individual. But yet with all his F-bombs and this and this and this, his spirit was broken. And he felt the pain of you, my black brothers and sisters. And like I said, you saw it in his face, and I know you picked it up in his spirit. I wasn't making a judgment call on this pastor. I was just trying his spirit, and it wasn't right. It wasn't broken. He had no understanding or empathy for any of you, my black brothers and sisters. Not even the one he went and kissed. Hey family, this is your brother Dana. I'm going to show you just that 30-40 second clip of our white brother. And if you want his whole video, I'll put the link down below. All right, my family. I love you. And again, I call this nothing but an honor to know this truth of who you are, because I am grateful for the last 30 years when I now call myself, I'm still a white man, but man, I have been pleasantly seasoned by you, my precious black family members. All right. This is your brother Dana, coming to you from the city of Atlanta, saying to you, my family, shalom.
1989, I had a black roommate for the first time in my life, Savannah, Georgia, in college. I watched my roommate, his name is Roy. He's my best friend to this day. I was 21 when I met him. I watched him suffer in Savannah, Georgia as a black man in America. And today, that's because I do this work because of what I saw him go through. Couldn't even go to a fucking white apartment building. The fucking landlord called him the N-word, kicked him out, called the police, had him arrested for assault, and pushed him down the fucking stairs. My friend Roy was assaulted on. However, he never assaulted anybody. And there were witnesses, but the police believed the fucking white guy. My friend Roy was arrested.